The weather impacted this late hour. Live right now, we are showing you 4 live views of major interstates and expressways right through Metro Louisville. In a new update tonight, Metro Police say they've worked 45 injury crashes since 12:30 today. Remember, police are right now only responding to wrecks involving injuries. And the plowing crews have made several passes on those interstates that we just showed you. But tomorrow when we wake up, our world in Kentuckiana is going to look so much different. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us and staying up late. Good to be with you for this special 1-hour edition of the WHS 1119. We have a lot to bring you. Some of the top headlines first, right off the top. LMPD only responding to injury crashes. Hoosiers are asked to conserve energy after a serious power supply emergency throughout southern Indiana. That includes the main southern Indiana counties. You are asked to hold off on using major appliances until further notice. President Donald Trump has approved emergency declarations for Kentucky and Indiana. Also of note, UPS Sunday operations are suspended. WHS 11 news reporters are live all over the place for you tonight in the next hour. But first, this is an important hour for you to be watching us. Chief Meteorologist Mallory Schnell is leading off our winter storm coverage. And Mallory, we also want to point that a lot of churches are canceling their Sunday services tomorrow. So you won't be able to go to church. You'll just get to enjoy the natural beauty around and how much heavy snow is going to be on the way in the morning.
Yes, and really depending on where you live, you'll be waking up to several additional inches of snowfall or more sleet or potentially, unfortunately, more ice. And I'll show you the difference in that map in just a moment. Starting to see those roads really get coated here. Max HG radar showing snow showers. What you can't see here is that we're seeing a lot of the flip-flopping back from snow to sleet to snow to sleet, really right through the area here, getting some reports around Brandenburg that it was sleet, then snow, then sleet, then snow. And we'll likely have a period of that as we actually have some heavier rates just from the southwest here. But even where you're seeing those darker blues, at some point that could be heavier snowburst. At other points it could be some of that sleet that's mixing in. One thing is for certain is we're definitely seeing that warmer nose of air trying to move in from the north. So Bowling Green done with the snow, starting to see more of that sleet and freezing rain, and you can tell once again this is all that moisture. This is what's to come. So it's battling that warm air, that warm nose from the south, and then the heavier precipitation rates that are coming in from the southwest. So some of these just going to go right over southern Indiana. Louisville, we're kind of right on the cusp there. So winter weather alerts, lots of pink still on this map. Those are your winter storm warnings for us. Ours is in place through Monday morning. Hour by hour Futurecast, sleet ongoing as we carry on into early tomorrow. We really start to see that freezing rain line continue to move northward. So we're really concerned about ice south of the parkways as we carry on into tomorrow morning. We will wrap up this event as all snow as that colder air wraps around here, and then we get all that snow out of here. It looks like at some point tomorrow evening with just that cold air settling in and sticking with us for the upcoming week.
Mallory, WHS 11 extreme weather specialist John Gordon, as you know, is here with us now, the former head of the Louisville National Weather Service office. And I can hear people out there now saying, is this it? I barely have an inch of snow. So don't put your guard down yet. What's getting ready to happen?
Right. Wait, there's a lot more coming. Okay, you just saw Mallory. All that stuff in Missouri is heading to you in southern Indiana, into Louisville, into Mount Washington, into Fort Knox, into Brandenburg. It is coming. It's still moving up to the north and northeast. I think the main show is after about 4 a.m. till about 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
It's really, yeah, tomorrow morning is going to be key to see how this winter storm really plays out over our area. It's never easy in the Ohio Valley. We always have a mixed bag of precipitation, it seems like. So seeing where that sleet line goes northward will be key.
Speaking of that mix, do we have sleet in Jefferson County right now somewhere?
There were some reports, yes.
I looked at 12 reports, 10 of them were snow, 2 of them were sleet.
Does that cut the snow totals down, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about, and they were near Fairdale and Valley Station.
So what happened? This shift in the morning to southern Indiana is all of a sudden hearing, hey, we are in the bullseye.
Northern part of Louisville.
We were starting to see that hint yesterday, which is why southern Indiana, we just thought it would move, you know, at least through Jefferson County, and now it's
All the data we look at, half of them have it going south of Louisville, the other half having it right on Louisville. It's very humbling.
All right. So once again, the heavier stuff coming up through late overnight hours.
4 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the main show.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We'll be joined by both Mallory and John here in just a bit. Again, crews across Kentuckiana are busy out treating and plowing the roads. This is a live look at the snow route removal map here. Every road on the metro has had at least one pass from the salt crews. Those plow trucks, those plows are down on the ground removing snow from the pavement. The yellow means the road has been salted. Purple for salted and plowed. You can see some of the main routes have been hit, those emergency routes. WHS 11's Travis Breeze and Chief Photojournalist Philip Merle are on the road. They're out giving us a live look at our roadways right now. And Travis, Metro Police tonight saying that they have towed 14 cars that were parked in emergency snow routes, and those cars were towed over to some nearby parking lots.
Yes, Doug, we heard that from them earlier today, and it seems like a lot of people have done what the police asked and not parked on the side of the road on the emergency snow routes. We are on Breckenridge Lane right now. We are headed towards Fern Creek right now. We just had a snowplow pass us going north just a second ago. You can see up here, kind of looks like we have had at least one plow come down this section of Breckenridge. I heard John and Mallory talking a little bit ago in Austin about all the plow trucks they were seeing on the Waterston Expressway. We saw a ton of those probably about 20 minutes ago. And as you saw on the snow map, they've really made a lot of progress plowing those roads over the last couple of hours. I spoke to Suburban Towing a couple of hours ago to ask them how the day was going, and they said they were pleasantly surprised with how it had been going.
Today actually has been going pretty slow, which is a good thing. We do have plenty of drivers and operators on standby and position around the city. We even have some guys down in the Radcliffe, E-Town area, in Lebanon Junction area as well.
So I think the reason why it has been a pretty good day on the roads is kind of a half and half. Half people really heeding these warnings and only traveling if absolutely necessary. And then I think maybe the other half is us getting a little bit of slower exposure to the snow than we maybe thought we were going to. And like our meteorologists have been talking about, seeing some of those higher totals in southern Indiana. But you can see as we now go under an overpass here that these are still not roads that you would want to be out on if you could avoid it. So definitely only travel if absolutely necessary. We will check back in with you guys in a little bit. Doug.
You heading toward Taylorsville Road, it looks like there. Okay, Travis, thank you very much. And hey, if he's checking with Suburban Towing and they're saying what they said, that's a pretty good litmus test so far at this late hour. Well, as you heard from our team of meteorologists, southern Indiana is now expected to get the deepest snows. WHS 1119's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Aspen Hester are live in Clark County. They have been covering the changing landscape all day long around them. And Alex's forecast shift for southern Indiana happened this morning. How have local leaders been dealing with it since they learned the news?
Well, Doug, let me tell you that local leaders have been preparing all week for this. We have been seeing plows come out of this Jeffersonville City Services street department all day for hours now. And I just want to give a quick update on the Hoosier, for any Hoosier Energy customers. So a couple of hours ago, the Utilities District of Western Indiana did give an update on that emergency conservation. They did say that regional grid operators advised them that they can step down from that emergency conservation. So right now, what we're seeing at last check was about under 20 customers in Indiana are without power right now. And so those are good numbers right now that we are continuing to look at. But I want to give you a look right now at the road conditions that continue to get worse here in southern Indiana. But like I said, these plows have been going constantly. They've been hitting the main roads
And right here along 10th Street, you can see the roads are just covered in some snow. Indiana Governor Mike Braun did declare a state of emergency for Indiana, and that comes with a travel warning that's been issued for the state. And this means that you are advised to avoid travel. So again, it's a perfect weekend to stay inside. Clark County has been preparing for this winter storm all week. The Jeffersonville Street Department did tell me that all 13 plows are out on the roads, where again they've been working all day. They will continue to work through the night and into tomorrow morning. And here in Clark County, the main roads are the priority. So they will be working to clear those emergency routes first. And if you live in a neighborhood or a subdivision, all they do is ask for a little bit of patience. They said they will get to you eventually.
It's pretty much when we have a snowstorm like this, it's all hands on deck. You know, everyone in the city who can drive a truck, who's a CDL operator, and we have some trucks that aren't CDL trucks. So literally, if you can drive a truck and operate a snowplow, you know, we're going to put you to work.
We have a few more officers out than normal, but or as a department, everybody's been reminded, and they know that we're on 24/7 call, 365 for, you know, a major event. So all of our officers are prepared to respond as needed.
And another reminder from Clark County leaders is that because the snow is coming down at a constant rate, we haven't seen it let up in hours all day today here, that it's going to be a bit of a challenge to keep the roads cleared. So again, these plows have been hitting the roads multiple times, up and down. They're coming back to the street department to refuel and then head back out there. They do have different crews to relieve current crews, so no one is working extraneous hours. And again, we do want to remind you that the Power Hoosier Energy did issue an emergency conservation. They have now stepped down from that. But the main reminder from all emergency management so far today has been to stay off the roads, let the crews do their work, and to stay home and stay warm. Doug?
Good news about the power emergency being dropped at the moment. Thank you very much, Alex. Of course, that impacted the southern Indiana counties. A warning that they had put out earlier today we had been passing along, but a big change there is being reported by Alex. Thanks again, Alex. Let's move about 50 miles to the south of where Alex is standing to Elizabethtown in Harden County. WHAS 1119's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Connie Offit have been covering the roads of Harden County all day long. And Clarice, when the forecast changed today, your area was moved out of the real heavy zone of snow. So how's the county doing with what you have now?
Well, Doug, I can only expect that what I'm standing in is the sleet and the freezing rain that's been talked about, and it's hitting us hard here down in downtown Elizabethtown. But regardless, I'm still seeing a lot of snowplows come through, and I do actually want to give you a chance to look at what the roads do look like right now in downtown Elizabethtown. We've seen state crews hard at work all throughout the day. We've also seen county crews. They've started at about 5 o'clock today, and there's been about a dozen trucks that have been going out across the 568 miles of roads throughout the county. I'm told that it takes about 12 to 14 hours to cover. I talked to the Harden County Government Communication Officer earlier today. He tells me they've really been monitoring the weather to see how it could affect different parts of the county and trying to adjust to that as well. And county officials actually believe that downtown Elizabethtown has less snow than other parts of the county. But once the county crews get through their part, their 12 to 14 hours, then they will take a break for about 8 hours and get back to it. But hearing from the Radcliffe mayor that they're continuing to salt and clear roads throughout the night, and Vine Grove is the same way, but they're saying their roads are not doing too well, and there have been a lot of cars that have gone off the road, but county officials only anticipate that the conditions here will get worse overnight. Doug?
Clarice, great job reporting there. We could hear the sleet coming down where Clarice is standing there in Elizabethtown. Again, a 50-mile difference. You got the sleet there, and then we had snow around Alex Dieter in Jeffersonville. Well, WHAS 11 News has been live streaming continuous coverage since 2 this afternoon on WHAS 11+. The mayor joined us for a lengthy interview during that broadcast, and I asked him about changes made to our snow removal based on a recent consultant's report to the city.
You're going to brine, then you're going to apply this snow. And again, we use some extra calcium chloride so it works at a lower temperature. And then you plow. When we get to about 2 inches is when you'll see the plows really going down. We also, the blades at the bottom of the plow, we're replacing many of those with a new type of metal that make them more effective. They're going to last longer. They do a better job at the curb. So each time you plow, it will be a more effective plow.
That consultant also telling the city to start brining days in advance and salting the roads in advance before any snow came down, and that's what you saw him doing today. The mayor and top city leaders, by the way, are holding their Sunday news briefing on the winter storm tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon. We will be carrying it live on WHAS 11 and WHAS 11+. We're on the road for you live during this hour. Don't go to bed just yet. He gets just as excited about snow as I do, and WHAS 11 extreme weather specialist John Gordon will join us again to talk about what we're going to see in the morning. And our Travis Breeze will give us another road report on the night team, this live edition for 1 hour.